Come back. Oh! I got the whole thing! Oh my God!
Don't mind all the straw. Von Gittin Jr. was here. For those of people who don't actually know, what is this place?
What is this place?
Yeah.
Okay, so Little Talladega is a Airbnb style resort unlike any other that's out right now. We are basically a all-inclusive, if you will, place for motorsports fun. While we don't provide any hot meals, we do have, go-karts, ATVs, crazy carts, an arcade, dance floor, several bedroom house, pool, hot tub. Try to get as many things off the checklist as possible. It's like now it comes down to like what isn't there here, and it's a place just to come to make memories with your group.
I kind of feel like you're omitting the biggest part of this place.
Right.
So the biggest part that has me impressed, and of course Von Gittin Jr. and his whole crew, is the actual drift track.
Right. We typically say, Little Talladega, AKA the Drift Mansion. We're pretty particular about who we allow to drift out here and, how safely set up their cars are. So we require things like roll cages, and we can't just let anybody come out here. We do get the calls, hey, can I come, rip my BMW M3 around the track? And unfortunately, we say no. We don't allow people to bring cars here and race in traditional fashion. It's a little bit too close, quarters for that, whereas it makes for a really great go-kart track and a really fun and technical drift track. We're pretty particular on what extreme motorsports activities we allow people to do.
Part of it is you do allow it, but you have to vet them.
You got to vet them. It's a vetting process.
Because the house is part of the course.
Yeah.
You can see the guys' tire marks here. Chelsea Denofa, Adam LZ, Von Gittin Jr. Look at these guys.
Oh yeah.
This is the house.
Yeah.
And this is the tire marks. And not only that, yesterday, Vaughn let me drive his Fox body, and that's when I did the big bank.
Sure.
I did it backwards, which I liked better.
Mm-hmm.
And I also love the fact that in between takes of us doing things, since you have your personal 370Z just handy, you just decide to do a couple laps.
Yeah, I had to get a couple laps.
Yeah, man, that was so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like just the perfect level of sketchy. You gotta watch not to hit the tennis court, you don't want to go down into the pond. But yeah, the fact that when we first saw this property, this was already built. I can't take credit for building the house, laying the asphalt down. This was built by a man in his early 20s who was very wealthy. We were originally thinking about starting from scratch on a project and working with contractors and everything on barren land. It was just really overwhelming. I learned pretty quickly that things weren't going to go as smoothly as I had hoped starting from scratch. So when we discovered this property and drove out here to the middle of nowhere in Missouri, the only thing I thought is like, why is this here? And what can we do with this property to make money and offer something new? So,
okay, so it has two names. It's the Drift Mansion,
Yeah.
so and also it's Little Talladega.
Yeah.
For those of people who want to just rent the Airbnb
Sure.
and do the go-kart experience, ATV,
Yes.
Go swimming or whatever, jet ski or whatever in the pond that you have.
No jet skis in the pond.
Whatever.
That's an RTR.
That's a Von Gittin
exception.
Jr.
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
All right, so let's start with a little house tour, huh?
You want to do a house tour?
Yeah, let's do a quick house tour.
So we have had RTR here. Not that anything in the house is any different, but we are doing a little bit of cleaning. We have a pretty crazy schedule. We've been booked almost every single day for 3 months. So right now we consider what we're working with as a back-to-backer, and a back-to-backer for us is when a group leaves in the morning and another group shows up in the afternoon. So
you had the rowdiest group.
The rowdiest group. Main lobby area, you know, basically guests come in, drop their, you know, luggage off here, and then they kind of decide what rooms they want to get into. Right now we offer 6 bedrooms and 12 beds. Pretty soon we're going to be offering an expansion, which will include, it'll be 8 bedrooms and 14 beds at that point. So right now.
How many people have you had stay in this mansion? Because this actually is a mansion.
Right. At one time, we've had 25 guests stay inside. And
that's before the expansion. So potentially you could fit, like, if it's a big family reunion or something, 30 people.
I'd say.
Yeah.
If families for sure, you know.
Right. Got it.
But there'll be, you know, between the beds and then the corduroy mattresses and then the couch, there'll be 18 different places to sleep.
I've been here for 5 days now. It's been a long shoot, but we've been just doing this project with RTR boys, Bongan Jr., Adam LZ, Chelsea Denofa, Lauren Healy. We're doing a video shoot, and I just wanted to show you guys this place, and also there will be a very in-depth video, kind of behind the scenes, a little bit about me and Vaughn, our history on the Haggerty channel. So definitely check that out. Also, if you guys want to rent this place, you know, for those people who don't know also, where is the city? What is the actual city?
The city is Pomona, Missouri. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Maybe.
Well, what's the close city to here?
So the closest big city is West Plains.
West Plains is about 3 hours away from St. Louis.
Correct.
Yeah. And then also the other big city, Springfield,
about
is
an hour
about
and a half.
An hour and a half away.
Right.
All right. So just to give you guys a reference, if you guys want to come here.
So pretty big open kitchen. What's kind of unique about this house is there isn't like a major, not a lot of major indoor seating. It's pretty much designed around the outdoor activities. So there's not really a very large place to congregate indoors. That kind of like, you know, there's several places to sit and relax and communicate in big groups, but just not inside. But large kitchen, living area. So 55,000 gallon swimming pool.
Nice hot tub here.
Nice hot tub. We used to have a really pretty fence that went all the way around it.
Yeah. Not sure what happened here.
Yeah. You can see the boys over here putting some chain link back together. It was almost like something just came blasting through here.
Yeah, geez, who would do that?
So
this is the start of the bank corner here.
Right, probably hard to capture on film, you know, but it does have some pretty solid elevation change. I mean, I think somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15 to 20 feet of elevation change. And
my question is, what did the original owner use this place for? He didn't drift.
So we get that question a lot. He was into more of shifter cart style racing.
Got it. It wasn't called Little Talladega before.
We didn't know what to call it. We nicknamed my last house the Ranch just because it was fun and we had a good time there. We pretty much didn't go out anymore. We liked staying at home. We liked riding things, you know, razors, ATVs. So we didn't know whether we were going to call it the Ranch 2.0. We had no idea what to name it until we were already here. And I called the asphalt company to inquire about the last time it had been sealed or serviced. And he asked me about the location. I gave him the address and he's like, "You're talking about Little Talladega." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "That's Little Talladega." So to be honest, the locals named it, and I put the phone down and said, "Greg, see if littletalladega.com is available," and that's how it all started. So you know, the locals named it. We thought it was catchy, and we kind of just took it from there. It had all the socials, the .com, and you know, within a week, Little Talladega was a thing.
So this is a good view of the back of the house. Got a nice kind of lounge area. Very, very big pool. So you have a full tennis court too.
Full tennis court.
Basketball court. You got tennis court. This is the blank check.
This is the blank check vibe
going on right now. Yeah. So you got a playground for the little kids.
Yep.
Was this already here?
Already there. Yeah. Just, you know, a lot of things just required a lot of cleanup. We've been here for about a year and a half, and we're just continuously cleaning up the property, whether it's power washing or putting in new railroad ties or weed picking. just continuous cleanup, but it's rewarding. We like working.
How many acres is this place?
Right now we have 62 acres. And there's 4 miles of riding trails cut in those 62 acres.
This definitely could not exist in Southern California.
So one thing that I thought was really awesome that sold it for me, I mean, the first time I came here, I toured it. It was in February, and there was still some snow on the ground, but I was like,
I know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
I know what you're about to say.
But I was like, hey man, every guy's dream is to have, you know, a urinal in the bathroom. So
Wait.
Yeah.
But is this legal?
Yeah. So half of the bathrooms have urinals, which was just over the top, you know.
For whatever reason, it's not legal in California.
Oh really? I don't know
residential house.
I don't know that there's many rules out here in the middle of nowhere, Missouri. Well, we'll see what they've got working with so far. So it looks like the Eagle's Nest is ready for the next group. So this room was painted red, white, and blue. I'm
guessing Vaughn was sleeping here.
Yeah, I think so. And when I passed the idea of doing this, I was like, we need to embrace this room. You know, it was painted red, white, and blue. I was like, so we need like a screaming bald eagle mattress cover, and we'll call it the Eagle's Nest. So while it is on the main floor, this is the Eagle's Nest.
All right, so Cletus,
yeah.
if you want to stay here, this is your room right here, right?
It's gonna be a toss-up between this and the Dale room for him. So we'll just have to really see.
But look at this. This is the cool part. Like, walkout basement.
Yep.
But like, there were plenty of times when I'm sure Vaughn was sleeping here, and then there's like, or just in the room, and then there's just like drift cars initiating right here, like e-brake pole right there.
Oh yeah. Up here. Climbing the hill.
Yeah, climbing the hill. It's so cool. All right.
And then you can see the bathrooms. Just they all pretty much have jacuzzi tubs in them.
This is so cool. What a expand, like just so cool that this exists.
For sure. Yeah, we when I was kind of tossing up the idea to a couple people close to me, one of my friends was like, John, you could look for 100 years and never find a place like this.
Exactly.
So this is the what we call the drive-in.
What the?
Yeah.
It's grass.
Yep. And then you got your your movie theater.
No kidding.
We call this one the drive-in. Yep.
This is so cool. Wait, so was this here already, or?
No, none of this was here.
You made this stuff.
Yeah. Well, these I can't take credit for these. A company makes these.
But you source them.
Yeah, we built the car beds. We sourced the truck beds.
Yo.
So it's fiberglass, fiberglass molds.
Yo.
Yeah. Pretty crazy idea. And then you got the projector, the movie screen, little surround sound. So.
No way. This is so cool. So, and the tires and everything, or?
It's all fiberglass down there.
What?
Yep.
Then, these are all fiberglass.
Those are all fiberglass.
Oh,
and then
God.
The lights work.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know where the remotes are. Allison's got them somewhere, but
because there's no window because of the basement. What a way to like really utilize the space.
I mean, it's been fun putting this together because it's not like I came in here with a master plan of this being the drive-in movie theater room. So just thinking about ideas, brainstorming, and then laying it down has been really fun to design.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just getting carried away, just like anything else with cars or anything. Just got to take it to the next level. This room looks like they're still flipping it. Uh-huh. This is the Ricky Bobby room. So you got you got your
El Diablo.
El Diablo. Yep.
Oh my God.
You got the stand-ups. I don't know where the Cougar is.
This is so cool.
Yeah. Got some costumes you can wear, take some pictures with.
Yo.
There's a Cougar statue floating around here somewhere.
Again, you look out here. Drifting happening.
Looks like they're still flipping up here too. So room at the top of the stairs, we call this the tree house. This is the only room in the home that doesn't have its own bathroom. So they usually use the bathroom that's right down the hall.
Yeah. Got it.
Hello.
Hi.
We're still flipping.
It's okay.
We'll just show them the Dale room. So this is the upstairs master. You got the Dale room.
Love that.
Of course, the number 3 comforter's off right now. But
love that. Super cool.
Yep. Again, bathroom, urinal,
Oh, another
Jacuzzi,
urinal?
Another urinal, jacuzzi. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Picked up some, car-esque furniture.
Yeah.
And then a full upstairs kitchen.
Oh, cool. All right. So, like, if you did have a big group, you know, they could split up, and
for sure,
some people can have dinner up here, and some people can have dinner.
It's definitely nice when you have a big group having an additional refrigerator.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, this is the balcony.
This is the balcony.
All right. So let's check this out real quick. This is a great view of the back of the property. So one thing that we did mention is that it does have a baseball diamond. And then, what is that, a golf area too?
A little golf green.
Golf green. But this is a great view of the actual corner here. And it's actually pretty banked.
Yeah, there's been some epic shots up here for sure.
This is also an interesting apocalypse scene right here.
I think I'm gonna give him an 8 out of 10 on putting the chain link back up. Let's hope they can make the white vinyl fencing look at least that good.
Yeah. Huh.
So
something interesting happened.
You can tell
here,
something happened.
Yeah,
for sure. Got your Snap-on cooler covered up back there.
Mm-hmm. Snap-on.
Yeah.
Love them.
So that's kind of one of those things. We kept another eye out on Marketplace just to add some unique touches. I got a lot of slack for buying this toaster. However, it's a lot of people's favorite part. You ask them what their favorite part of the house was, and they say it's a Snap-on toaster. And then the wrench knives.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was fun. Picking up things like that made it a fun hunt.
So cool. This is the main feature, right?
Yeah, this was definitely the room that had the most work. And then we found the cougar. So people like to hide the cougar. So, I mean, you can picture what they look like together, but that's my spare front end.
Legitimately.
In case I need it, I can come up here and rob it off the bed.
Wait, this is a real R33 front end.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because that's something that we'll see later. You have quite the collection.
Yeah.
But you're also a big Z guy too.
Yeah, so started with Z32s.
Yeah.
Worked with them for well over a decade professionally, and might be passing the torch on that business soon. But anyway, worked with these. So we always had spare parts, and we had the idea of building adult car beds. These are they're here. We're happy with where they're at right now, I guess, but still work in progress. Like, we've got doors for the R33. We've got a spoiler for the bed.
These are real wheels too?
Yeah, so we cut the wheel. We cut the wheel and the tire in half.
No way.
Yeah.
I love that there's like LEDs and the remote is in there.
I need to get in here and polish these up. My game's looking.
I mean, it's kind of funny that it's like this.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what a ratty drift car would look like anyways.
Patina.
And it has really good fitment.
Yeah,
too.
good. We had to make sure we had the fitment on point.
I also love the fact that you went out of your way to detail this.
Yeah.
And this is like a pre-drifted tire too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. This is so ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
This is so funny.
We had plans of building more car beds, and then after we started these two, we were like, that's enough.
Dude, if any Lamborghini Diablos are around
you know it, right?
You know, they use those.
Just a little piece of carbon to cover the Nissan up right there. So. But
this is actually a real front end, like
real front end. Yep.
And everything. You cut up the hood.
Yes, cut the hood.
Shoot.
So we've got a few things to still kind of under construction. And then it gets a spoiler headboard.
What about the door? Is this a real door?
It's a real door. Yep.
Oh my God. I am so blown away right now.
They're getting a little bit of wear and tear to them, but don't all our cars.
This is so cool.
And then the 4-post lift bed.
Oh, okay.
To make it look like a 4-post lift.
Nice. So. Bend pack.
Yep, bend pack.
That's super cool.
And then we bought a dresser off of, Marketplace, painted it red, tried to make it look like a toolbox.
I'm beside myself. A 300ZX Z32 bed.
Right.
I've seen it all now. I've seen it all. This is so cool. All right, so now where does the tour go? We should check out the shop.
We check out the shop.
So how many people you have working over here?
So those are my 3 boys right there, Wave High. Right now, their main focus is to run my other businesses in Springfield, Missouri, that bigger town that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So they're running the shop right now, and then the eBay store. So once a week, or when I get into a pinch, I'll have either one, up to 3 of those boys come out and help me get things handled. So definitely can understand why on Thursday I was like, hey, I'm gonna need all 3 of you, you know, Friday morning. You know, hard to find good help these days. Thankful that I got, you know, 3 young boys to come out and young men to come out and help me. And
So you still have a tuning shop right now, then?
yeah, well, yeah. So I ran about 4 businesses out of 1 location, and I shut down 50%, shut down 2 of those parts of the business to be able to do this last year. So last year was our first year here. Basically had to separate from the parts of my business that required most of my involvement. That was the dyno tuning, and then the dealership portion of it, where I was traveling around the country with a 3-car hauler, buying cars, flipping cars.
So what kind of cars did you build mostly?
We specialized, when we started shop, in 2009 when I started, it was 300ZX Z32s only. I was selling parts for them. Mostly I was just trying to build my own car. So I was buying parts or buying cars and taking what I wanted off of them and then selling what I didn't need. And it ended up, you know, with low overhead, it was a pretty lucrative situation I set myself up for. So not only was I getting my parts free, but I was also making money on top while I was in college. Yeah.
You chose the hardest car to work on.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, basically after being Z32s only for half a decade, 5 years, we started, you know, taking on, you know, other cars, SR20s, 2JZs, RB engines, and it was like everything else was easier. So then it got to where, like, you know, it's like, oh man, another 300ZX is coming in, you know, whereas before that's all we were working on, but it was good because everything else was easier than the Z32.
All right, let's check out the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, I just think it's hilarious.
So again,
this is a normal fare for you guys right here.
Yeah,
just
so
a bunch of motorcycles.
While we
around.
usually, you know, when we have guests come, you know, everything's usually pretty reset. Like to keep everything pretty clean and orderly. However, we're still just working through the aftermath of RTR.
Yeah,
but this is the arcade. Servicing a couple of those right now. I got the big bar, the dance floor, the TV, the dance party lights. You've got a pool table, doubles as a ping pong table.
How many square feet is this place?
This
so
is
big.
100 by 100. So you got 10,000 square feet of space in here. Yep. So.
Oh my God. Look at this. You got
the air hockey, bug magnet,
Fast and Furious, Initial D.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the fun stuff right here.
This is everyone's favorite part. Whether, you know, we attract a lot of automotive enthusiasts. However, it's not all of our business. So some people come here that aren't into cars, believe it or not. And whatever you're into, whether you're into cars, racing, drifting, golf, this is everybody's favorite part.
Yeah, Taxi Garage. Shout out to Charlie and the boys.
Yeah, big shout out.
So
they keep us running.
They got you guys got a serious Taxi Garage set up, and there was one point when I was in one of the electric Segway go-karts. The guys were in the crazy carts. Yeah. Vaughn was on a Honda Grom.
Yeah.
And we were all going around in a circle.
Yep.
That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is the course was Adam LZ and Chelsea DeNofa's
car in the middle.
Drift car in the middle.
Yep, in the middle.
And at one point I was thinking this could be a disaster. This could essentially take out a big part of car culture if we all crashed and got hurt.
Luckily they got urethane bumpers.
Yeah. Luckily we're good. But how many vehicles do you think you have?
One of my friends did a tire count as to how many tires we had here, and I can't remember the number. It was like hundreds of things, you know, of just tires. But yeah, these, we have 17 go-karts, and typically...
Go-karts, crazy carts, the electric cars, all the motorcycles, side-by-sides.
Yeah.
It's got to be 50 vehicles.
I'd say, somewhere at least. We try to tackle all the bases. So behind a lot of these curtains, we've got, you know, power wheels for the kids that show up. So, you know, it's fun to see how much fun the little kids have while they're here. So while they might not be able to run a gas go-kart, we can turn the segways down for them, shorten them, and then they've got power wheels, you know, a little Lamborghini, a little Jeep.
These were so fun. Anytime we had any break at all, we would just take these out.
Yeah.
Because of how fun and fast they were.
They're torquey.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
For sure.
But this is just so crazy. And on top of that, this is great because this was like we use this as the indoor drift paddock.
Oh, for
you know,
sure.
all week.
All week.
And it was nice to be able to get out of the sun.
Yep.
You know, work on the cars in here.
Last night when I was like, yes, they finally got all the race cars out of here, you know, I built the guys a pretty big course that came around the basketball hoop and everything, and it was set up really, really nice. And then, you know, we kept it clean for 4 to 5 minutes. You know, the course stayed clean for 4 to 5 minutes, and then it was just complete chaos, which made for just unlimited laughter. I mean, the back of my head still hurts just from, you know, just from watching and from riding with those guys. Total blast, and just, you know, it's awesome to be a part of moments like that.
This is so cool that you get to do what you love to do. Like,
Yes.
you actually love this, and I can tell that you're exhausted, especially from such a hard week of working
5-day
out.
banger.
Yeah, but you're still smiling, you're still happy,
Yes, for
especially because of all those drift breaks that you had a chance to take.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, you're gonna let me drive your 370.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm really excited about. As you know, I learned how to drift in my 350Z, and you know, it's been fun to drive Vaughn's cars, but I feel like that's kind of more in my taste.
Yeah,
you know,
for
so
sure.
nothing against the Mustang.
No,
It's
the
probably the
Mustangs-
best drift car I've ever
The
driven.
Mustangs are wild.
Chelsea's former 2018-2019 winning chassis, by the way,
Yeah.
is probably the best drift car I will ever drive.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's
four-wheel
rowdy.
drift winning
Yeah.
car that
There's
I
a
had
reason.
a chance. Yeah,
There's a reason they're competitive.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're good.
You got your jam station up there. I don't know if you want to highlight that at all, but anybody that's into music,
Yeah, there's a jam station. Also, there's a full gym.
exercise gym. We can take a look at that.
I'm almost out of power, so we'll just show them real quick.
We'll just show them real quick.
Yeah.
We've got our t-shirt, you know, stuff in here, merch right now, but you got a full exercise gym for anybody that wants to get a workout in.
You got a personal trainer, too.
Personal trainer comes with it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Taylor.
You walked in at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Somebody left these hot ones, chips, and I just ate like 20 of them. And now I'm sitting here trying to put it out.
Trying to put it out the
God.
fire.
Warm water.
Oh no, poor you. So we are back at the main house, and this is the only garage that's attached to the house, right?
Yeah, I always leave this closed. You can't get to it from the inside of the house. But being a Nissan and Toyota nerd, you know, I keep my personal collection on site. There's a story behind every one of these. Every one of these has their drama. One I've bought, sold, reacquired, but I've always had a thing for R chassis.
You almost have the entire collection, you're just missing one.
Yeah, I missed my opportunity on that one at like 21 years old. Couldn't get a loan, couldn't make it happen, didn't have the capital. Was running my business, but I missed my opportunity on getting a reasonably priced R34 at about 21 years old.
Oh my God. How old are you now?
I'm 34.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, 34.
Okay. Wow, all right, so what do we have here? R33 drift car?
Yeah, I don't know how much of the story you want. I bought this car 2 years ago for $5,000 wrecked. Put it on a frame rack, rebuilt the front end. It was an RB25 DE. We turboed it. I blew the motor at stupid cold. It lost compression on cylinder one. It was running about 450 wheel horsepower. And it was under some pretty extreme conditions. It was pretty cold. Of course, with the vented hood, I had some things getting wet, so whatever. It's getting a built engine right now. Converted it to a drift car pretty much right out of the gate. It was a drift car in Canada, and it was NA, and so it was pretty beat. I mean, there's some pictures of this car in pretty rough condition, and it was just a combination of parts we had at the shop. Like, we had the wheels, we had, really the only thing I bought for it was a drop knuckle set for the rear and a set of new coilovers. But we did have to build a tube front and, you know, build the headlight brackets, but we had the majority of all of this stuff at the shop. So it was fun just to piece it together. I took it to my friend's shop and said, just put a cheap paint job on it and just paint over the dents. And when I got it back, I mean, he nailed it. He did a killer job for a cheap paint job. It turned out awesome. It is like super dirty right now, but
It looks great though.
you know, my employees would give me trouble. They're like, "Don't get me wrong, John. Like, the car looks good. You can just tell that you're scared to screw it up." So this will be when I get it back together and everything, this will just be like my kind of solo lap runner. I'm not going to be banging doors in this car.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put a cage in this car as originally planned. I'm not into it super deep, so I just kind of want to. It'll stay a drift car, but it's not going to get. As of right now, I don't have any plans to like thrash this thing. Don't want to severely damage it.
Dude.
And then the 32. This was my first R chassis.
Wow.
I bought this car the year that they became legal. I don't know, was that like 15, 14?
What's the color?
This, everybody always asks this question. I no longer care, so I'll reveal. This is a BMW Protonic Blue.
No way.
Yeah, it's a BMW
It looks
color.
great.
So it was similar to the color it was when it came across the pond. I think the car was originally black. And I bought it with blown turbos. Again, I ran a dealership that, we specialized in Nissan and Toyotas. And so I bought it, single turbo swapped it, put it on a management system, put it on ethanol, and I sold it, made a profit. Within 6 months, that owner had completely destroyed the car. Left the hood open, smacked the windshield, blew the coilovers, took the turbo off. And I traded him a Sylvia for it back that I was into very cheap. So I traded him a Sylvia for it back. He told me I could even have the trailer that it was on. It was completely thrashed, windows left down. But since I was into it so cheap, I got to do it the way I wanted. So I took the goofy Veil side body kit it had on it, the early 90s body kit it had on it, and I just kind of added some N1 features and just did it the way that I wanted it, and I decided to keep it. So it does have it lost reverse. The last time I drove it, was just doing some pulls, and for some reason it lost reverse. So it's just kind of a garage ornament right now until I find the time and energy to pull the transmission again and go through it. It made 601 wheel horsepower, stock internals on my rear wheel drive dyno jet, and then on the street with the all wheel drive. Having a little bit of extra load, it was starting to pressurize the coolant system a little bit, so I backed about 5 pounds of boost out of it, took a couple degrees of timing out, and it was rock solid. But
That's awesome.
These things always kind of have a history of having notoriously, weak transmissions for that power level. But I'll pop it up here. It's nothing too special. So I think I was in the middle of installing a catch can and so forth, but just
That's awesome. We love GTRs.
Yeah, this thing sounds awesome.
And the R35.
Yeah, again, they all have their stories. And we did a lot of work on this car for a customer. This was my favorite one in town. And really loved his wheel choice. It was a full bolt-ons car. And it traded hands a couple times and was brought to me by a pre-owned Nissan dealership in my town where I have my shop. They were not GTR certified, so they knew that we worked on this car and that we specialized in these, and it had no second, fourth, or sixth gear. I basically let them know I needed to drop the transmission pan, and if there was metal chunks in the transmission pan, it was going to be about $13,000 to put the transmission this car needed in it, out the door. They offered it to me for what they had into it as is, and it was a price I couldn't refuse. And so about a week later, I dropped the transmission pan. There was no metal in it. Dropped some solenoid clips into it and some fresh trans fluid, and the second, fourth, and sixth were back. So I was pumped. Whereas I would have normally sold this car and made a profit for the shop, I kind of leveraged it against this place and have it wrapped up in here, so I'm not upset that I can't sell it.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. I love R35s.
But yeah, it worked out good.
Great cars. Cool.
So they all have their stories, and luckily I'm into them pretty aggressively. So
Awesome.
yeah, just missing one, man. You guys find me that one out there. I want that 2006 pricing.